Well, at the time of filming, it's the first week in August. Just done the harvest over there. I'm now moving all this stuff out of the way. Progress has been slow. I've had some physical issues and some illness that's holding up progress. Nothing I can really do about it. I think I had COVID and various sort of associated aches and pains prior to that, doing some of this by hand. And as you can probably hear, I'm still not right. So not a lot has happened really. So this is the first section of an update. As you can see over yonder past the pipe, you'll see a yellow tape measure sitting on top of a stake. That's 2 foot off of that brick wall. And down to here gives me 28 feet as it currently stands. Obviously we're still waiting for my son to move the bloody shed, because I still need to carry on replacing and renewing the sewer pipe, which has, as I've been disturbing it, multiple cracks. And while I've got a trench dug and I walk here gingerly so I'm not backfilling it before I've finished, I've started putting another one in. Got to put a wire piece in. Dig across there under where the digger is and towards the oil tank there, and put another chamber in, just in case anything changes with the garage facilities. Then, you know, the sewer network's already there. Yes, that's it. You just fill it in, that's it. Yeah, carry on. That's why the wood's down there. And if not, I'll use so much shingle in case the pipe will run out of shingle, and that's now 75 quid a bag plus delivery. And I don't really want to spend any more on this, and he thinks he's found something other than broken glass he keeps digging up. So that's it so far. The solar system is working. Saved about 70-80 pounds by now. So mustered up enough energy, just about. I did run out actually, but we had a bit of a problem with the Y coupling. It's a case of buy cheap, buy twice. The seal failed on the Y coupling. It wasn't sitting. When I was pushing the pipe in, it was distorting the seal. When I pulled it out, it distorted the seal, pulled it out with it, and I put a piece of pipe on that far end and put it down here so it was going to go in there. It weren't quite long enough, so I tried knocking it off with a piece of wood, and it cracked the top of the coupling because it was so tight you couldn't pull the bleeding things out. So I think the tolerance on them is slightly out. I have got that one there as well, so I don't know whether to send them both back. So I've got another one on order, which obviously left me in a bit of a poo-doo, because I got half a pipe, nowhere to go. So I've had to fit this one and just trim it, because sod's law, the full length of the pipe ended right where the concrete was, and I really wasn't in the mind to dig back a little bit further and dig more concrete out just to save a 5-inch off-cut pipe. As it is another one got to be joined on anyway. So so the idea is to have a wire piece going here to go off, and then there'll be a manhole inspection chamber over yonder. And that is it. So we've got temporary wood hoarding in, just so that when you backfill with shingle around the pipe, there's shingle and then there's mud, and not shingle going out everywhere, because obviously I've got to buy the shingle and that ain't cheap now. I think a bag is £75 plus delivery. They used to be 45. So that's it so far. So tomorrow I've got to get the Y piece and do this joint, and then basically do this along here and backfill in, leave it to settle, and then obviously scrape over the soil, level it all off, grade it a little bit. Obviously I've got more grading to do once I get ready for the base to go over here, and then there's all the various patio slabs and building blocks that will be utilised on other projects, so they'll thin out and leave me the space to carry on just past that little bit of black fence in there, which will be somewhere where about the end of the shed ends, hopefully. But I'm thinking that's going to be next year. Well, it would have been anyway, but I've got to carry on once this bit is done. Hopefully we'll still have some reasonable weather and I can proceed with the patio area to some extent, because obviously the base is going to come out towards this area for the width of the shed. Still got the cladding to order, I reclad all that in UPVC, and I've still got to order all of the timber for the fencing, which obviously I haven't bothered because I can't do it with a pile of mud in the way. So get the drain done, backfill the trench, level off, then it'll be fence time and cladding. Patio, I think that will probably finish the year out, as long as I don't fall off the wagon with me dodgy back and dodgy everything else I've got. And that will help. Obviously if we have a mild winter I can still do a few bits and get the planter built out of brick and do that area to some degree. And then this type timber, which is actually what we call gravel board, that goes on the bottom of your fencing down there, and make a frame up around here once I've leveled this ground off. And we've got the reinforced mesh to go in a concrete base, and then obviously a membrane, DPM damp-proof membrane. And then we can get organised on buying lots of premix to make concrete, because that's going to have to be a hand batch job. As I think I've said before, obviously I'm not going to get a pour in here with a mixer. Hiring a concrete pump is exceedingly expensive, so it's going to have to be maybe a bit of tuition for my boys, if I can get the other one over when he's not too busy on the farm, and maybe pointers to get them into some concrete laying and mixing, and I'll supervise. I think because once the concrete base is done, I've then got to do, like I have over here, a course of bricks, maybe 2, to raise it up off the concrete, and then the wood beam will sit on top for the framework. And then I will put possibly a render on the inside, as floor screed on the inside, and then it's what sort of flooring I have in there, because obviously once it's down, it's got to be down forever, and it's got to be able to take office wheelie chairs, so it's got to be something durable, waterproof. But yeah, we'll ponder on that more. I'm thinking possibly carpet tiles. Tiling would be too expensive. Laminate flooring is another option, but obviously that has a reasonable lifespan. But carpet tiles, if you get a knackered one, you can peel them up and stick another one down. So we'll think about that nearer the time, and we'll just see what the foreman's going to do here. Is he going to pee on camera again? So, covered in muddy dust, we've finished the pipe connection. I've got a new Y piece and put that in. So we just left this bit exposed because obviously we've got to carry on with the trench that way. Backfilled lightly there, and filled in here. We've got the Y piece down there, so we've got to excavate a trench there to a chamber base. This was all done, filled in with shingle and loose material, and then today I've just got the digger going, moved all the old concrete out of the way, scraped all this off and just raked over it for now. Obviously I'll leave it because obviously this ground's going to settle over time, and we've still got this big mound of soil because obviously there is about a ton of shingle in here now, so that means if there's shingles in here there's excess soil, which isn't a biggie because obviously it goes down around here. So that soil I will put around this area to build it up, and once the shed's out of the way. So most of the harvest is done now, and they're busy in the field now breaking up the old stubble before I guess planting the next crop, probably sugar beet I guess. So we're getting there. Again, we're back on the run to some degree. So I'm going to try, well, do this bit here and get a chamber base ordered and a riser. I've got a manhole cover, so somewhere up this area where that garden fork is will be sort of the target area. Run a trench there. I've got to clean it out again because there's a little bit of spoil gone in, but you can see I've pushed it all back, and that should hopefully be it. There's a bit of a dip here so I can pull some of the soil around this area and then crack on with the fence.